إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما وبارك وإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أعاذنا الله منها وإياكم جميعا. Before we begin with our khutbah, brothers, those who should be in the masjid to direct the people, we are not seeing you. So if some of you can come in, it will be very helpful. Jazakumullah khair. We go back into our talk. I believe for the past 2 or 3 Jumu'ah, we have been talking about one topic, which is the racism and race problem. And I believe we had said enough about it. But enough seems not to be enough in this matter, because it's a problem that happens to be deeply rooted in individuals, communities, societies, and it become an institutionalized crime, but it's okay. Right, so one khutbah, 2 khutbah will not be enough to change the problem unless we happen to go to the root cause of it. So my thing was not to say that it's not there. My point is not to say that we shouldn't do something about it. My thing was we just need to take a closer look at ourselves before a mirror. When we stand before a mirror, honestly and sincerely to take a closer look at ourselves, then we will know when to start the fight or our fight against this problem. Or else we will just be pointing fingers at a wrong place or wrong people. That was my whole thing. Because I really don't see any difference between a white man who will call me a nigger and my Asian brother who will call me Gala, or my Mr. or Middle Eastern brother who will call me Abd or Abid, or my own brother from motherland who will call me Akata. I really don't see any difference. All these are just different languages referring to same exact things, which is you nobody. You are inferior. Some are even worse than others. And I went on to say that although they all may mean the same, but I receive them differently. All right. The levels of the pain are different based upon who is using this term. If you are so close to me and you are calling me the same name the others will do, then I'll see you to be causing more crime than them, because you are closer to me. So that was my whole thing. And I think the 2 or 3 khutbah that we gave, and plus others, will ring the bells on our minds so we can go and check ourselves first. Within ourselves, then the real change will come. As Allah said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. The society is not going to change if the individuals are not willing to change themselves. The problem about the change, we all want it to happen, but none of us is ready or willing to change himself or herself. We are expecting the changes to come from others. It's not going to happen. So if we start to fight this problem from within ourselves, trust me, the problem will eventually, if not finished completely, it will diminish. Or it will reduce a lot. Now, my brothers and sisters, moving forward, racism is a symptom. Is a symptom, just like when you are having a fever. Fever itself is not a problem. Something is causing that fever. So racism is just like a fever for some real disease. Now, what is that disease? Because if you want to solve a problem, you don't focus too much on the fever. Maybe you can give somebody something to pull his body for a minute, but you go down to the real cause of the problem. The first to make a racist comment, or the one who happened to lay down the foundation of racism, we all know, that was Iblis, right? When Allah said to him, do this as my order, he said, I'm not doing it because my makeup, my natural composition, all right, that is the only reason I'm not doing it. It's better than his. What I'm made out of it, that makes me better than what him, because of what he's made out of it. That was his racist belief and comments. But why he made that? Allah said, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ. Iblis has refused to carry out the command of Allah. Why? Because he was arrogant. لِكِبْرِهِ. Because he was arrogant. The arrogance is that which led him to take this position. So the real cause of racism in me, in you, and him, and them, and anyone else, it goes back to arrogance. Even in Quran, Allah said, "Astakbarta." Oh, you are being arrogant? Your arrogance is that which is pushing you to say all this? Get out. The ironic things about the arrogance is you are the other one, the opposite. You see yourself to be up high, while anta saghir, you are very low in reality. فَخْرُجْ إِنَّكَ مِنَ الصَّاغِرِينَ. You are not up high, not at all. You are low. So what will lead someone to have those racist comments, beliefs in others is arrogance. Believe it or not. First, what is arrogance? The arrogance is, they will say, to believe in one's own greatness over or above people, and one's possession of virtue over others. Like I'm great, and I have a lot of virtues over people. This is the arrogance. If you want to say it linguistically. And it's attached to something is called self-conceit. You know, to be amazed by your actions. Man, I've done this, I've done that, I've accomplished this and that. So arrogance deals with someone's soul. And self-conceit describes person's actions. I'm coming, my brothers and sisters. Now let's go with the text from our deen, our religion. The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, no one will enter paradise if she or he has an atom's weight of arrogance within him or her. Wow, this is a big statement. Even a small amount of it will prevent someone from entering to Jannah. Wow, that Jannah that we are striving for a day in and day out. We fast the Ramadan because we want to be Allah to be pleased with us so He can give us Jannah. We go for Hajj, we pray 5 daily Salah, we come to Jumu'ah, all that we're doing for Jannah. Then if we have a small amount of these things, we are not going to make it into Jannah. Wow, we would love to know what is that thing. And the man said, oh Messenger of Allah, إن الرجل يحب أن يكون ثوبه حسن ونعله حسنة. I mean, arrogance, you mean that the man wants to look, he wants to have a nice clothes, nice shoes? Is that being arrogant? The Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, no. Don't get it twisted. إن الله جميل يحب الجمال. Allah is beautiful and He loves the beauty. And nothing wrong with having a nice clothes. And nothing wrong with having a nice shoes. We're not saying an extravagant shoes for clothes. That's not what we're talking about. Right? We need to also put things in the right perspective. One cannot just go and blow away money in the clothes and say, Allah is beautiful, He loves beauty. There is certain kind of clothes you have no right to wear, as well as shoes. But that is the topic on itself. No, just wanting to look nice, that's it. No, I ain't big deal with that. There's no problem. In fact, that's something that we should do. But al-kibru, the arrogance, in eyes of Allah, in Islam is batarul haqq, to reject the truth, to see yourself like, I'm above of the truth. I don't have to accept it. It doesn't apply on me. It applies on you. Batarul haqq wa amtul nas, and to look down upon people. So it has two pillars. One, to be arrogant towards the truth, and a second, to look down upon the people. This is the arrogance. Anytime one thinks, when you have this in your mind, that's what pushes you to have racism. And it's serious, my brothers and sisters. Now forget about others. We need to forget about others for a minute. We need to think about ourselves. If we have this disease in our heart, it's a roadblock to Jannah. Now, true differs from a matter to a matter. In general sense, the truth is truth. Anytime you see it's so hard for you to accept it, or even when you see it, you just can't give it in because you said otherwise or you did otherwise, then you have some amount of kibr in your heart, some amount of arrogance in your heart. Sometimes you will see that the brother is continuously arguing. He knows that he was wrong, but he doesn't want to accept it because he's being arrogant. But when he go back on the bed and lay down, between him and himself, he knows that, you know, what they are saying, they are right. So let's put that. And when it comes to the race issue, the truth is no one is better than other. That's the truth of facts. Who said it? The one who created all the race. If you still see after all this that some race is better than others, you are an arrogant person. You can just forget about Jannah. I didn't say it, the Prophet said. And the second symptom or the other pillars of it is to see people to be less imperial. So this is the real problem. This is the real disease. Racism, racist comment is just a symptom of that. And racism, or sorry, and arrogance will prevent someone from going to Jannah. So we need to deal with that. May Allah give us a better understanding. May Allah make us from amongst those who are humble. As the Prophet said, tawada'u, humble yourself. Meaning, always accept the truth. What is for you, what is against you, it doesn't matter. Always see yourself to be under people, not above of them. And if you really look at the reality, you are not above of them. And if you look at the Sharia, your deen teaches you to be humble. Our Prophet ﷺ was humble. When you come, you can barely tell who is the messenger among his companions. You can make no distinction. Subhanallah. When he tells them to do something, he joins them. Can you imagine? The companions are saying, we have to cook. I will clean the dish. I will make the food ready. And the Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will go collect the firewood. He was humble in his statement, in his actions, in his belief. A mad lady, all right, who in America will say cuckoo for cocoa pot, will take the hand of the Prophet ﷺ throughout the Medina. A crazy person. Check yourself if you will even give it in to talk to these people. You think you're too good for it, you're too busy for it, you're too up high for it. No. You have to train yourself to be humble. May Allah give us a better understanding. A last point in this regard. There is a saying that says this al-Qudsi, that in this, that Allah said, أحب ثلاثا وحبي لثلاث عشر وأبغض ثلاثا وبغضي لثلاث عشر وأحب ثلاثة, whichever way you say. There are three sets of people, I love them. Allah is saying now. But there are another three, I love them more. There are three categories of people, I hate them. There are other three that I hate the most. So we have a 3-3, 3-3. 6 and 6. 12 and 12. Right? 6 positive and 6 negative. So 3 groups Allah loves. أحب الطاعين. Allah loves those who are obedient to His order, His commands. In general, He loves them. وَحُبِّي لِشَابٍ طَاعِعٍ أَشَدْ. But a young man who's obedient to Allah's commands, I love him more. Because he has the temptation, he has the energy, he has the opportunity to be doing otherwise. But he chose to be obedient. Right? وَأُحِبُّ الْكُرَمَاء. I love generous people. Alright, those who share with others that which has been given to them at all levels. وَحُبِّي لِلْفَقِيرِ الْكَرِيمِ أَشَدْ. But a poor man who is still generous, I love him. Because he can barely get something to eat. But the little that he has and he's willing to share that, and he's going extra mileage. He deserves applause. وَأُحِبُّ الْمُتَوَاضِعِينَ. I love those that are humble. وَحُبِّي لِلْغَنِيِّ الْمُتَوَاضِعِ أَشَدْ. But a rich man, with all of his richness, he's still humble. I love him. Why? Because the riches, but nature pushed someone to become arrogant without Islam. كَلَّا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَيَطْغَى أَن رَآهُ اسْتَغْنَى. Human beings become so arrogant when he sees that he has enough. وَلَوْ بَسَطَ اللَّهُ رِزْقَ لِعِبَادِهِ لَبَغَوْا فِي الْأَرْضِ. So when you have a lot, with all that, you still humble yourself. That's a great. Now the other three that Allah hates, you can figure it out. Alright? وَأُبْغِضُ الْعُصَاةِ. Disobedient people, I hate them. وَبُغْضِي لِشَيْخٍ عَاصٍ. Alright? An old man who's still disobeying Allah, I hate that. Because, I mean, come on now. You've been doing this for too long. You are just an inch away from your grave. Can you take a break? Someone might say this hadith, we all know what Shaykh Zani. That's a clear hadith. An old man who's still fornicating. It doesn't mean fornication is good, but the old man who does it, Allah despises him more. Alright? And the second, Ubghidu al-Bukhala. I hate the stingy ones. A rich man again who's stingy, I hate him more. Because you take it from your richness and give, you won't even feel it. You won't even know that you gave. Then what is stopping you from giving? That's a disease in your heart. And I hate the arrogant people too. Alright? But a poor man who has nothing, still arrogant, come on bro, give us a break. That's something, man. Alright? That's the hadith. Mustakbir. You ain't got none. None. No knowledge, no characters, no money, nothing. Can you humble yourself down a little bit and give us a break? Alright, inshallah, we are going to end our khutbah. Before that, again, last Jumu'ah, we mentioned, right, we have this air condition problem. Every year we have to fix it, 2,000-3,000, and then it's not worth it. I think it will be good to just replace it. And to replace the rooftop unit is 10,000. Alhamdulillah, we have a 5. And then we are asking you, we know we are just coming out of Ramadan, you have done a lot. If you are not able to help, alhamdulillah, we'll be patient with the fan, inshallah. And if you are able to help, wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will replace it for you. Wallahi, you're not going to give it to Allah, that Allah will not replace for you. That's not Allah. So have a trust in Him. If you can do it, do it. To end it, police brutality, we have to say no to it. And not because it's been done to a group of people, regardless of unto whom it has been done, we have to say no to it. If we think is being done to a certain group of people, then we are excluded. We shouldn't say nothing. We are cheating on ourselves. I don't know if you remember, right before the corona outbreak, I gave a khutbah here. I talked about something. When they were discriminating against the Muslims in India, it didn't start from India. No. Read the history from the back. These people are the same. Those that are doing it in America, they're the same one doing it in the Middle East at the Palestinian. They are the same are doing it in India. They are in the cahoots. But they'll start first from first group. Right? When they did to these people, we don't say they'll go up, they'll go up, they'll go up. At the end of the day, they will come here. Nobody would have think that they could do such thing to 200 million in India. But when it happened to Burma, we didn't say nothing. It happened to China, we didn't say nothing. It happened to Central Africa, we didn't say nothing. We still think that we are a distance away. And it will happen. It's happening to India. And it will come here. And it reminds me of the saying of that man. I've repeated again. I've said it, I'm going to repeat. Martin Niemöller. He was a priest during the time of Hitler. He said something. By the way, he was in jail. Hitler put him in jail for some years, I don't know, 7 or 10. He said first they came after communists. I did not speak out. Why I didn't speak out? Because I was not a communist. I thought, okay, this is between Hitler and communist power. That's it. Then they came after trade unionists. And I did not speak out. Because I said, still, it's not me, it's between him and them. Then after that, they came after Jewish. I did not say nothing still. I was continually fooling myself, saying that I am not a Jew. Then finally they came after me. There were no one to speak for me then. That's how they are. Today is at these people. But trust me, when they're done with them, they'll come after each one of us. Believe it or not, the history is the best to prove that to be right. So we have to say no to the police brutality done to anyone, it doesn't matter. And moreover, when it's done to people that has been known to be the target of this system for centuries and centuries, black people. And it's wrong, and the criminal have to pay for their crime, regardless of which group you belong to. It's not like give us a better understanding. So we need to say something about it before our turn arrives. Then there will be no one to speak for us. It will be too late then. We don't want that. May Allah give us a better understanding. قول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه انه هو الغفور الرحيم قوموا الى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.